So I was mentioning as we finish off the first hour here, the fact that NFL ratings have tanked, right? It's really kind of a fascinating window into why. And they've tanked despite the fact that there are two big advantages that the NFL has. Around 1.2 million people, roughly, did not attend NFL games the opening weekend. And that is the 16 different stadiums that would have otherwise had fans present, rounding that off around 70,000 people per stadium, roughly 1.2 million people not showing up for NFL games. Why do I mention that? Well, those 1.2 million people were theoretically all watching at home. And then on top of that 1.2 million, they now have changed the way they calculate the number of viewers of games. They're counting all the people who are watching games out at bars, in hotel rooms, in gyms. Like, they have this new method to count what they call out-of-home viewing. So in theory, the NFL ratings are tanking, even though there are two different attributes here that should be leading to a higher rated show. And so I'm curious for everybody out there listening to us, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Are you watching less of the NFL than you may have watched in the past? And if so, is it over politics? Because I do think this is a fascinating question. Why have the numbers tanked? And I've got them. We wrote about it at Outkick, the absolute latest. And it's really intriguing. I'll read you the absolute latest data. So there were a lot of people who watched Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play against the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees. That was a game that seemed to produce a lot of interest. And so the overall numbers were not awful during the day, but Sunday Night Football was down 15%. The first Monday Night Football game was down 18%. The second Monday Night Football game was down 27%. The overall audience was down nearly 10% for the opening Thursday night game, and CBS's early window games were down nearly 12%. Now, Fox, again, ended up because there was a lot of interest in that, what I think was the best game of the opening weekend, the Bucs Saints. But overall, a pretty precipitous decline, and the big national games, the doubleheader on Monday Night Football, the Sunday Night Football game, the Thursday night kickoff game, those were down monstrously large over last season. Why is that? To me, the answer is pretty simple. My hypothesis is when you get woke, you go broke. All these leagues try to make Twitter happy. The blue check marks running around on Twitter, the blue check mark brigade, as I call them, all of them are demanding, we need more politics. But the interesting study from Fox Sports that Mike Mulvihill, who's one of the top guys at Fox Sports, tweeted out, he said 90% of people were looking forward to the NFL season returning because they wanted an escape from the serious things in their life. So when those numbers tank, why are you watching less? I'm going to open up the phone lines. We know that people are watching less. And again, those numbers are down pretty massively, despite the fact that there aren't fans for the most part present in stadiums. So there's over 1 million people who are the diehard NFL fans, myself included, I would say, who have season tickets that otherwise are watching at home. And on top of that, also, we now have a situation where you're getting a big boost on out-of-home viewing, yet the numbers are still tanking. If anything, the NFL should have been up because they have a major benefit over last season. Not to mention, there's probably never been more people sitting at home who could theoretically watch your games on television, and they're choosing not to do it. 877-996-6369. Why did you watch less NFL if you did? Open phone lines. I'm curious, where are the viewers going? 877-996-6369. And if you didn't watch, What did you watch instead? I am Clay Travis. Appreciate all of you hanging out with us. This is Outkick on Fox Sports Radio.